One. In this video we will see RC phase shift oscillator. The name itself says RC, that is resistance and capacitance. Phase shift. Phase shifting means 180 degree phase shifting of the sinusoidal output waveform. So this oscillator does the phase shift by using the components of resistance and capacitance. So you can see that there is an inverting op amp, which means the non-inverting terminal is connected to the ground, and you have the feedback resistance as well as the input resistance. So this is common in case of your inverting terminal. So what the extra thing you're doing is you are giving one more feedback with the connected resistances and capacitance to the input resistance. So this is an extra feedback you come across in the RC. So what you see is that you can see the series of three capacitances connected to input resistance and in parallel with two resistances in turn connected to the ground. This is the circuit connection of your RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, so each RC sections like this, you can see this section, and this section. So it provides 60 degree phase shift. One RC section provides 60 degree phase shift. So all the three RC sections connected together will provide 180 degree phase shift, right? It's given each three RC sections in the feedback loop can provide a maximum phase shift of approximately 90 degree. Maximum is 90, but 60 60 60 is 180. So oscillations occurs at the frequency for which the total phase shift through three RC sections is 180 degree, right? So maximum of three RC sections will give you 180 degree phase shift. Op amp in the inverting mode provide additional phase shift of 180 degree to meet the requirement of oscillations of 360 degree phase shift around the loop. So if you rewrite the feedback network, right, this part is the feedback network. What you get is you'll get something like this. See, this combination, and this combination considered together, right? So three capacitances and three resistances. So for three equal RC sections, the attenuation is given by beta equal to Vf by V naught. So that is 1 by 29. So this is the equation which is found out earlier. So this is the equation which you need to know for the attenuation. To meet the conditions of oscillations, that is a Barkhausen's criteria. So modulus of A beta should be greater than 1. There is a unity, I told you, right? So for this one, it is 29. Okay. Therefore, modulus of A is greater than 29. The voltage gain A of the amplifier must be greater than 29. The frequency of oscillation is given by F naught is equal to 1 by 2 pi root of 6 RC. So this is the frequency of oscillation. The closed loop voltage gain A equal to minus RF by R. So this is for the inverting mode. To start oscillation, A beta should be greater than 1. For A greater than 29, it means A should be equal to RF by R greater than 29. So that you get, if you cross multiply, you get RF is greater than 29 times of R. And for sustained oscillation, A beta should be equal to 1. Therefore, RF is equal to 29R. So this is regarding your RC phase shift oscillator. Now we will see one more oscillator which is called as a Weinbridge oscillator. So here you can see a different kind of feedback for the inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal. Earlier you saw it for the inverting terminal like this. Okay, so the non-inverting terminal was grounded, but in this case, so inverting terminal, you have a feedback and the input resistance as it is, which is connected to the ground. And for the non-inverting, what you do is you have the series combination of R and C and another parallel combination of R and C given as a feedback to the non-inverting terminal, right? They are calling this as C1 and this as C2. So C1 and R1 in series, C2 and R2 in parallel, in series with C1 and R1, and that is connected to the non-inverting terminal, right? The feedback network comprises of a Weinbridge circuit. So this feedback circuit is called Weinbridge circuit. The op amp is used in non-inverting configuration. Okay, so non-inverting means you are giving the feedback to the non-inverting terminal. Oscillation occurs at the frequency for which the phase shift through Wien bridge is 0 degrees, because amplifier is in non-inverting mode. So you have to understand that if you give the input to the inverting terminal, phase shift will be 180 degrees. If you give the input to the non-inverting terminal, it will be 0 degree or 360 degrees. It will be in phase. Output will be in phase with the input for non-inverting mode. Okay, for Wien bridge network with R1 equal to R2 equal to R, okay, making both same resistance values, and C1 equal to C2 equal to C, making the equal capacitance values, the attenuation is beta equal to 1 by 3. It becomes 1 by 3. To meet the conditions for oscillations, that is a Barkhausens criteria, modulus of A beta should be greater than 1. Therefore, modulus of A should be greater than 3. That is, the closed loop voltage gain of amplifier must be greater than 3. The frequency of oscillation is given by F naught equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. Okay. The voltage gain, they have given it in brackets because it is non-inverting mode. You don't have much. To start oscillation, A beta should be greater than 1. For A greater than 3, it means A should be 1 plus R3 by R4 greater than 3. Right? For non-inverting mode, you know that gain is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. So here RF is feedback is R3, R1 Ri or the input resistance is R4. So it is 1 plus R3 by R4. This should be greater than 3. R3 should be greater than 2 times R4 if you solve for this. For sustained oscillation, A beta should be equal to 1. R3 should be equal to 2 times R4. Therefore, R3 is equal to 2 times R4. So this Wien bridge circuits is different but equivalent form. It is shown like this. The equivalent form can be shown like this, but it's quite different. So you have the feedback in a different way connected to the inverting terminal, that is R1 and C1 in series, R2 and C2 in parallel connected to the inverting, and for the non-inverting you are connecting the feedback resistance and the input resistance. So what you can observe the change here is the terminals are changed. Okay, earlier for inverting terminal you had feedback and the input resistance, and for the non-inverting you had this connection. Now it is interchanged, and here also you can see it's in a different way, where the feedback is connected to the Wien bridge circuit. Wien bridge circuit means R1 and C1 in series, R2 and C2 in parallel, and the feedback this R3 and R4. This R3 and R4 connected in a mesh format in parallel with this, and you are giving feedback in a different manner. So this is also called a Wien bridge circuit. So in 3 different ways you can write the Wien bridge circuit.